Less than 3 months away from the Iowa caucuses and the New Hampshire primary, the Tea Party is all about anti-establishment candidates, but do they have anyone they can back? Paul Singer is an investigative editor for CQ Roll Call. He joins us now. Paul, it's nice to see you.
Great to be here.
So, Paul, is it more important to stick with ideology or back a candidate who can win? Because it's obvious that Romney is ahead in the polls. Rick Perry, I believe, latest poll numbers 6% nationwide. What does the Tea Party do?
Well, and this is sort of what happens when you have any ideologically driven movement, is they tend to rally around their candidate, rally around their candidate, rally around their candidate, and then sooner or later come home. Our theory now in the story that we wrote a couple days ago is that they've got basically a couple of months to create chaos, and then around Christmas they're going to have to come home and start to really decide whether they're going to get active for the nominee who may not be one of their favorites.
And we're looking at some video there of Rick Perry. We know that he unveiled this tax plan, the flat tax plan, an hour ago in South Carolina. Is this flat tax plan something that maybe the Tea Partiers can get behind?
Sure, but again, the issue, I think, is for the Tea Party movement, there will be several candidates who are favored. There will always be a strong support in that movement for Ron Paul, who's sort of in some ways the father of the movement. Herman Cain obviously has attracted a great deal of attention with his 999 plan. I suspect the flat tax plan may be popular with from Rick Perry, as it was, as you remember, from Steve Forbes two decades ago. So, I think what you'll see is everyone is trying to play to get some Tea Party support, to get this grassroots behind them. But we also suspect that at some point, whoever becomes the true front runner, whether it's Romney or Cain or whoever it is, the Tea Party people start to flock there because they really want the Republican nominee to win, whether or not it's their favorite candidate.
So you do believe then that the Tea Party will support Romney?
Let's assume Romney's the nominee. I think they probably will. I mean, we've written a lot about the fact that the Tea Party groups are starting to turn professional, as it were. They are becoming professional political organizers. They're no longer just a bunch of volunteer activists. They are beginning to build websites and start fundraising drives and create mailing lists of their own. There's becoming a political. In fact, some of them are now full-time political operatives. They're becoming a political movement, less of an ideological movement, and at that point I think you'll see them start to get behind an establishment candidate.
But why not get behind Romney now then? Why not just push all the ideology aside and get behind him now?
Because I believe that they still see, as some of these other movements see, an opportunity to force the dialogue in their direction. This is, for all kinds of, and I don't mean this as a rude term, but fringe candidates or say faction groups. Their whole point is to drive the discussion in their direction as long as they can, and then move on board when it's time to coalesce around a candidate.
Well, who do you believe they're on board with now? Is it Herman Cain? Is it Rick Perry? Who do you think has the Tea Party
groups?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Well, everything I've seen at the moment, Herman Cain has the energy of the moment. He seems to be definitely be an attractive candidate to a lot of the Tea Party groups. A lot of the folks we've spoken to have really embraced his message. At the moment, he's on the rise. But keep in mind, none of this really matters for another 2 months. Until someone starts casting votes, it's all just guesswork. The pollsters say, hey, who do you like today? And they'll say, well, I like so-and-so. But who knows who they'll actually vote for?
All right. Paul Singer, it's always nice to see you, sir. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks. It's great to be here.